We scrambled. We literally were looking at each other like, what do we do? What do we grab?
All we did was just walked off with what we had in our hands and the dog.
It's definitely a wake-up call. It could be a long year.
When you actually see what that fire can do and how fast it can change lives, you take it a lot more seriously.
Have a plan, an evacuation plan.
It's not hard. It just requires asking those what-if questions. If this happens, what are we going to do?
It was pretty intense.
A lot of memories burned up.
Fire season is here, and just this week, 8 people lost their homes when a brush fire burned through Moab. Tonight, we want to make sure you're ready if a wildfire ever comes near your home. In this Firewatch special report, be prepared.
One of the biggest preparation tips firefighters give is to make sure you have defensible space around your home. It can mean the difference between this and what you see here. Defensible space is particularly important for cabins or homes in wooded mountain areas. But as cities along the Wasatch Front continue to grow and push further up the foothills, creating defensible space is key to protecting your property, and it's something you can do right now long before a wildfire ignites.
When this browns out and you get a fire coming across here, it's definitely something we'd be concerned with.
It's a warning we hear every summer in Utah.
A lot is still dead thatch.
At high winds, hot temps, and the risk of wildfire skyrockets.
It looks small, looks short, but you can get 10, 12-foot flame lengths with wind, and it's really hot.
This is why creating defensible space around your home is so important.
It stopped right back here. I don't know how.
After the Rockport fire in 2014, homeowner Janin Trolio couldn't believe what she came home to.
There were no scorch marks or there's really no damage. I mean, it's truly a miracle. How did our house not burn down? You know, that's what I'm asking myself.
Yeah, well, it's part of that defensible space. You had defensible space, so it allowed us to be able to, you know, mark your house as one that we could defend.
In the heat of a wildfire, fire crews have to make tough decisions, and a home without defensible space could be too dangerous for firefighters to protect.
There's times where we have to pick and choose what we think's safe for us to go into. We're not going to put people in somewhere where we know that it's a really good chance of them not coming back out.
This house in Harriman was spared while neighboring homes went up in flames. Firefighters fought to protect it in part because the property had built-in buffer zones, bluegrass turf, rock retaining walls, a large gravel pad, and the owner had trimmed back the lower branches from his trees.
We're not asking people to clear cut everything. They can have trees. They just have to be thinned out so that the fire can't go from treetop to treetop.
We try to encourage homeowners to do stuff on their property that they can do easily.
Even homes with good defensible space can use a little more protection. Plant drought-tolerant plants that are also fire-resistant. Buffalo grass, Russian sage, hen and chick plants are among a long list of plants that don't have waxes or oils that burn easily in a fire. They're not fireproof, but they won't help the fire spread. Firewise landscaping could save your house, and it's a responsibility that comes with living where we do.
We've seen that we put ourselves in a very precarious position, and also those who may be called upon to come and help defend our homes. And so out of due respect to ourselves and to the firefighters, this is the proper thing to do.
On top of fireproofing the outside of your home, there's a lot you can do with your family to be prepared for the fire season. But how do you sort through all this advice? Naturally, there's an app for that.
You'll get actual audible alerts to let you know if there's a wildfire nearby.
Download the Red Cross Emergency app and you'll get warnings in real time. Alerts that could affect your home, your cabin, or your favorite vacation spot.
Here's your little preparedness checklist.
It's never too early to prepare. Start with make a plan. Decide on a meeting place in case you're separated from family. Choose an emergency contact and determine an evacuation route.
If you're ordered to evacuate, what do?
If a wildfire sparks in your area, be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Consider confining pets to one room so you can find them quickly. And gather important items. Not sure what to do after the wildfire? Go to recovery. You'll find 14 steps for inspecting your home, clearing debris, and if needed, how to begin to rebuild your home.
It's really designed for 3 things: before, during, and after a wildfire.
It's information that can make a stressful situation just a little bit easier, and it's right there in one place on a device most of us are never without.
It's instantly accessible. The alert is right there if something breaks and you need to know what's going on.
Next, the lessons one family learned after evacuating during the massive machine gun fire that destroyed homes in Harriman.
You could see it coming over the hill.
When Summer Miller had to evacuate during the machine gun fire, she had 6 hours to gather valuables. That's a good amount of time compared to some evacuation situations.
Still, she says she felt unprepared.
So I yelled to my kids, everybody hurry, get anything that's irreplaceable. And my son came running down the stairs with a rock collection and a hairdryer and said, are these irreplaceable?
That's funny. Miller says she learned 3 lessons that day. Have a plan, write it down, and practice it. Being told to evacuate again during another wildfire proved those lessons were invaluable.
We can be out of here in 15 minutes. You know, you think that everything in your house is important to you, but when you're trying to get out of there, the only thing that matters is the health and safety of your family.
Now, you can use the Red Cross app to help create your plan.
And as you gather items to evacuate, try to remember the other P's. People, pets, papers, phone numbers and important documents, prescriptions and eyeglasses, pictures and irreplaceable family items.
Also, personal computer and hard drives, and plastic, credit cards, and cash. And we'll be right back.
Welcome back. Having a go bag is a good idea for any kind of emergency.
Our own Keith McCord put his to the test with a Red Cross expert. Here's how he fared.
A lot of people don't have, they think, oh, this is something we're going to do in the future. And then when tragedy hits or these wildfires hit, then they think, oh, this is something I should have done.
We've all been told that having a 72-hour emergency kit by the garage door and in our cars is a good idea. Every member of the family should have one. I showed Red Cross training specialist Ann Evans what I have done. Admittedly, it's still a work in progress.
Toilet paper.
Important.
Freeze-dried food.
Awesome.
It's a hodgepodge of stuff.
Of golf shirts, more toothpaste, a pair of shoes.
A ham radio, water, medicines, a couple of different flashlights.
And I have a water purification kit in case.
When you're putting together a kit like this, chances are you already have many of the items at home. You don't have to go out and buy everything. Also, do a checkup every 6 months or so.
A lot of people put these together like a year in advance and never check those, and so you need to really rotate out your medications. You need to have some snacks. You need to have cash in case you can't get to an ATM.
Also have some medical information to refer to just in case. The Red Cross has these ready reference cards with first aid tips with photos.
This is a great start.
On a scale of 1 to 10, then, this was what?
I would say you're at a 7.
Okay.
Good job,
Oh,
Keith.
I would have said 10.
You can find these and many more wildlife safety and preparation stories on KSLTV.com.
Thanks for watching and have a great Father's Day weekend.